Being teased or picked on was previously considered a rite of passage for many kids. Something an old person would say builds character. While there is something to be said about remaining confident in the face of adversity, being bullied is something no one deserves. If things are tough for you, keep your head up, because there is hope. When you're young, life seems like it'll go on forever, and so does the torment. It won't. These stars of Hollywood were picked on when they were young, but refused to give in or give up. They worked harder than their classmates and got the ultimate revenge. Here are 10 hot nerds who were mocked in high school. Dwayne Johnson. It should be clear by now, but picking on people because they're different is not cool. Especially because sometimes the kid you tortured could end up being the biggest, literally and figuratively, movie star on the planet. If you smell what The Rock is cooking. Growing up as a son of a professional wrestler was not easy for Johnson, as he often moved from school to school. This led to him falling in with a bad crowd and being arrested several times as a teenager. Refusing to head down the wrong path, Johnson started working out, becoming a high school and college football star. His family connections led to a career as a professional wrestler, and his natural charisma led to Hollywood. Johnson recently used his past bullying as motivation for one of his newest films, Central Intelligence. Eminem. Before he was Slim Shady, Marshall Mathers was a young kid trying to find his place. After moving from Missouri to Michigan, Marshall and his mother Debbie found themselves living in a lousy neighborhood just outside of Detroit. Being viewed as an outsider, Eminem was often bullied. His fellow students would shove him into lockers and corner him in the bathroom or hallway and give him a beating. One bully even sent him to the hospital and got name-checked in the song Brain Damage. If you've seen the movie 8 Mile, you know how his story ends. The real Slim Shady continues to be one of the most successful hip-hop artists of all time. Winona Ryder. Winona Ryder has been an actress for a long time, making her film debut in Lucas, a film where she played the best friend to a bullied teenager. She went on to star in over 40 films and television shows, including a career-reviving role this summer in Stranger Things on Netflix. Picked on for wearing clothes deemed different, she was attacked by a group of bullies while in her school bathroom. She was beaten so severely she needed stitches. Making matters worse, after the attack, Ryder was kicked out of school. Ryder eventually got back, running into one of her bullies many years later at a coffee shop. The bully was enamored to see a Hollywood star and asked Winona for her autograph. Ryder reminded them that she was the girl they beat up when they were younger and told that bully to go F themselves. The taste of sweet revenge made better with steamed milk and coffee beans. Miley Cyrus. Having famous parents when you're young can be tough, especially if your dad is responsible for an achy-breaky one-hit wonder. Before Miley Cyrus was Hannah Montana, she had a few mean girls that ran into her like a wrecking ball. In her book, Miles to Go, Cyrus details life before Destiny Hope became Miley. As a young girl, she describes being locked in a bathroom, pounding her fists so hard on the door that they were left bruised. When she finally started to get her own success, a small role in the movie Big Fish, her classmates still teased her, telling her she would never amount to anything. Recently, her estimated wealth was listed at over $100 million, and she currently serves as a judge on The Voice. Looks like Miley Cyrus and her dead pets get the last laugh. Joe Manganiello. When you're a skinny kid who loves competition but is often the last selected for a pickup game, you have few choices. The best choice? Remember that you're awesome, and it's possible to do anything if you work hard. If you need proof? Check out Joe Manganiello, a once dorky middle schooler who picked up weights, built up his confidence and muscles, and became one of the hottest men in Hollywood. And just a few short years later, he's showing off his 12-pack to all the kids back home who picked on him in Magic Mike and its sequel. Manganiello will look to channel his bullies again as he prepares to be a pain in the Dark Knight's side, portraying Deathstroke in Ben Affleck's upcoming Batman movie. Scarlett Johansson. Not all families are blessed with good fortune. If you want cash in your pocket, you're gonna have to earn it. But young kids don't care about that. They can be mean if you're not as financially stable as others, which is exactly how Scarlett Johansson grew up. Kids picked on her and her twin brother for being the poor people in their New York City high school. Thankfully, her family, especially her mom, were film buffs, giving Scarlett an early love of cinema. Her family took her to auditions at an early age, but things didn't really get any better as she was often rejected, leaving her feeling unworthy. Thankfully, Johansson kept at it and was recently named the sexiest woman in the world. Oh, and she's a freaking Avenger. Nothing says sweet revenge like kicking ass alongside Earth's mightiest heroes. Channing Tatum. Not everyone learns at the same pace. Some kids pick up math and science faster than others. When someone's struggling with a problem, it's better to help them rather than taunt them. Diagnosed with a learning disorder at a young age, Channing Tatum spent most of his early years in school struggling to grasp the basics, eventually being diagnosed with ADD and dyslexia. Since books weren't his thing, Channing focused on sports, never becoming engaged in the classroom. Tatum began modeling, which led to a few small film roles. One of those movies, Step Up, got him noticed, and he never looked back. By 2012, Tatum was named became the sexiest man alive, starring in 21 Jump Street and a certain movie based off of his early life as a stripper, proving all you need is a lot of determination and a little bit of magic to make it. Eva Mendes. Ganging up on someone because you deem their physical appearance less than appealing is a douche move. Someone who's skinny with huge teeth in grade school could end up being a model and movie star years later. Ghost Rider actress Eva Mendes is proof of this. Picked on relentlessly by two girls as a teenager, Mendes, who was raised Roman Catholic, considered becoming a nun to escape them. Initially planning to run from the bullying, she attended a college and was noticed by a talent manager. She worked hard at her craft, hiring acting coaches, which led to several small roles. After starring opposite Denzel Washington in Training Day, more roles poured in, giving Mendes the last laugh. Matthew Lewis. Being a child actor makes for a different life, one that can be hard as other kids don't understand the pressures that you have to deal with. Being cast as the chubby Neville Longbottom in the Harry Potter film franchise seemed like finding the golden goose for a young Matthew Lewis, till he realized that he would be on the receiving end of teasing throughout the films, as Longbottom is a bumbling and mediocre student at Hogwarts. He starts off as a dim-witted wizard compared to his fellow members of Dumbledore's army, but ends up with redemption by the time the series has come to an end. Lewis has also got the last laugh in real life, turning his young plump body into a rock-hard man with many muscles. Margot Robbie. In her teenage years, Margot Robbie was just another girl who loved Harry Potter and had big dreams. Unfortunately, her family life was tough, with Robbie having limited contact with her biological father, and with her single mother raising Margot and her 3 siblings. She needed to work 3 jobs at the age of 16 to help provide food for her family. While some of her mates snubbed her when she was younger, everyone knows who Robbie is now. After a few small roles, she became one of the breakout stars of Martin Scorsese's The Wolf of Wall Street. Proving great things can come from the land down under, Robbie is owning 2016, starring in 3 big movies, including her scene-stealing role as the mad in love and possibly insane Harley Quinn. Life can be cruel, and kids can be even worse. No matter how bad it gets though, always remember that just because you were bullied as a child, or even if someone's picking on you now, it will get better. If you like this video and want to see more, subscribe to our channel, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with your friends. Leave a nice comment below, reminding everyone that sometimes being nice is the best way to be.